Hello, guys. How are you? Is everybody here? We're going to be waiting 5 minutes so that everybody can come, and then we'll start the webinar. Until then, I would like to introduce myself and my partner here. So I am Manur. I am a digital marketing strategist here at ContentStudio, and I will be giving you the webinar as well as walking you through ContentStudio's social inbox. And then we have Munib here.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. And I'm going to be answering all of the questions that, you can add the questions in the chat box, and I'm going to be answering them on call right here.
All right. So looking forward to this webinar. I hope that you guys get something meaningful out of it and understand ContentStudio a little bit better. Let's see. Let's wait 2 more minutes and then we can start. Guys, if you could just let me know in the chat if you guys can hear us and you can see the live stream. That way we can start the webinar without any technical issues in the future. All right, let's start the webinar. So first of all, the topic of our webinar today is how to build your brand through social media customer care. So I'm going to walk you through the table of contents for today's webinar. Firstly, we're going to very quickly go over what social media customer care is, and then the importance of it. And then I'm going to talk about how you can actually provide really good customer care. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the problems that we face as a team, and then how the social inbox can help you with your productivity. And at the end, I'll be giving you a tour of ContentStudio's social inbox. And then after that, we can have a question and answer session. You guys can pop in the questions in the comments and you will be answered there as well. So let's start from this beginning, which is what is social media customer care? So I'm sure you all know what this is. It's the support you offer your customers, and this can be either before and after actually they buy or use your products or services. And the purpose of a customer care specialist is to actually help your customers have an easy and enjoyable experience with you so that they keep coming back. So that brings us to the importance of social media customer care. And first of all, customer care is a critical part of a business. And we all know this because it is essentially the face of your company. The person who will be dealing with their user clients or whatever, they will be the main point of human contact. So that is essentially what the people will think of your brand. If you come off as a friendly brand, then they would like to approach you. So you have to be very careful with your social media customer care services. And since you are the person that's in touch with the users and your buyers and everything, you are actually an opportunity waiting to happen. So if they like the way you're talking to them or the way you're answering their questions or you're dealing with them, this might be the key to loyalty, retention, growth, and profit. So if they like you, they're going to come back, buy from you. If they're going to come back, they'll be loyal to you. So customer care is very important for any brand, no matter what you're doing. Especially in the age of social media where your face is literally on social media. So now we're going to talk about 5 different ways to provide excellent service, customer service to your people. So first of all, be friendly and have a personality. And this is really important because number 1, people don't like robotic answers. They don't like automated answers. They want you to be very personal with them. They want you to, solve their problems for them specifically. And when you do that, when you get friendly with your audience, when you really, try to address their problems, then they feel like it's a genuine experience for them. And this is what users and product buyers, customers, they take home with them. The next most important thing is to update your frequently asked questions tabs, or story highlights, or anything that you have that can help your customers. Because this basically, essentially, as a customer service specialist, you will be getting a lot of questions from your users and customers. So if you do feel like you are getting the same questions by a lot of people over and over again, that could be because maybe you have not updated your frequently asked questions. So if you update that, maybe you might start getting different kinds of questions. Maybe all your customers' queries are answered through that. They won't have to keep coming back to you for the same questions. So keep that updated so your customers also know that you are, looking after the brand and actually listening to them. Now, the third most important thing is that you should have knowledge of your product or service. And that doesn't mean that you should know everything, because obviously your customer will not know as much as you do. So you should know more than your customer. Don't ever be in a position where your customer asks you a question and you don't know what the answer to that is, because that is going to be detrimental for your brand. And exactly for that exact same reason, you should have frequent trainings for your support team so that everybody is on the same page. They know exactly what product releases are going out, or what new products you're launching, the services and everything that you have going on. Make sure that you have your support team on board, as well as all of your product teams, and so that everybody is on the same page. Otherwise, it can get pretty problematic when they have to answer to their customers. Next, we have timeliness. And this, I'm sure everybody has heard before. It's one of the most important things anywhere, actually, whether you're scheduling your social media posts or whatever, you're answering people. It's timeliness, which means quick responses. You have to be really fast when you're, replying to your customers. Essentially, your customers wait. I mean, they expect you to answer them within 24 hours, but you should try to keep the bar below that, because if you're quick to answer them and they feel like they matter to you, then they will keep buying from you. They will keep talking to you, and they will keep asking for your help if it's a service or whatever. If you are not quick with your responses, that is bad, because obviously then they're going to complain to you about how bad your customer services are. Then lastly, I have the point, which is work as a team. And this is really important because this is what we're essentially talking about in this webinar. First of all, try to maintain an open communication between your customer support group, because if you all are on the same page, it becomes easy to, address your clients or your users or buyers' problems, since all of you know exactly what's going on, who's asking what. And secondly, it's impossible to know everything. So like I mentioned in the point before, make sure you're in touch with the rest of your team so that everybody knows exactly what's going on. And that brings us to the problems that we face. When we work as a team and we're answering all the questions that we get on social media, what are problems that our customer support team faces? So first of all, we all know that we have so many social media channels that we're currently being logged into, posting to, etc. And kind of switching between those channels can be a bit of a hassle, because it wastes a lot of time. You keep going back from Facebook, Twitter, to Instagram, to YouTube. It actually wastes a lot of time. And secondly, it's difficult to keep track of private messages and comments. So you're not only getting messages or conversations or comments on, say, only Instagram. You're getting them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever, as many social media channels as you have. So this for a support team can get really confusing, because you can't really track who you're assigning different tasks to, who's answering different things on social media. And this can be a really big problem, especially if you have a big team. So now that we have people answering questions, it's difficult to keep track of their progress. Who's answered what remains, what needs to happen. It's difficult to set goals. And that's exactly where Content Studio's social inbox comes in. So first of all, the channels that we support are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So you can, reply to messages and comments. And for the future, we've also got LinkedIn and Google My Business accounts. So that's a thumbs up. If anybody was waiting for those, then that's great. But how the social inbox can help you with your productivity? Here's how. And this is just some of the things that it helps you with. So I'm not going to read everything, so you guys can quickly have a look at all of this, because I'm going to show you everything in the tour. But these are just some of the things that you can actually do with your social inbox. You have notifications, cross-channel inbox, mobile inbox, etc. So I'm excited to give you guys the tour. So let's move on to the tour itself. And if you guys have any questions, then we can answer those in the end. All right. So if you guys can see right, so I am on the app of Content Studio now, and I'm going to go to the social inbox right here. So we're going to take it one at a time. I'm going to show you guys exactly what the left side does, and what the center is all about, and then the right side. So first of all, when you open up the social inbox, this is what it looks like. On the complete left side, you have the sync button. So you can click this if you want to sync all of your data, all of your messages coming in. The button right here at the bottom expands to show you all of these different details. So you've got the ability to filter according to different things, and also your social channels and by tags as well. So let's have a look at them. First of all, there is the unassigned inbox, and this is all the messages. These are all the messages that have not been assigned to anybody so far. So they're just there and you haven't addressed them yet. The mine is the one that you assign to yourself, whatever your username is. The assigned are all the messages that you've assigned to someone at some point. So over here, you'll get your own and other people's assigned inbox messages. Then we've got the inbox marked as done. And this is where all of the messages that you have marked as done will come to. Then we've got the archived, and this is where all your archived messages will be. And then there is the all inbox, and this is basically all of your messages. So when we go down, we've got the filters that you can, filter by different platforms. So let's say I don't want data analytics, I don't want replug, and I don't want this. So when I filter, it's going to filter down all of these conversations for me and give me exactly what I want. And below that, we have the filter by tags. We're going to discuss the tags a bit in the future, but for now, just know that you can also filter by tags. In this panel right here, you can filter further by private replies or posts. Private replies are essentially all of your DMs and private messages that you get on Facebook Messenger, Instagram DMs and Twitter DMs. So if I want to filter by posts, I can do that, and it will show me all of the posts. And the posts are this little box here, as you can see, that's their image. And the private replies are this. So all of your private messages come here. I'm going to filter by all right now. And right here, you can also sort by the oldest and newest messages. So we're going to go and show you a little bit of things that you can do. First of all, this is where you get all of the messages that have been filtered down. So let's take a look at Twitter. Right here, you can see that somebody has tagged you. So you can also look at their previous conversation right here. So this is what the parent conversation was, and this is what she replied right under it. And if you want to actually have a look at exactly what's been being talked about, and you feel like you don't really get that here, you can actually go right here, click the View on Twitter button, and it's going to redirect you to Twitter. And then you can actually see exactly what the post is and everything that's happening under it. I've not logged into Twitter here, but it's still going to show me the messages and everything right here. All right, so let's go back. And right here, you can also view the different threads right here. So if you want to see what's being talked about under this, you can click see replies, hide them as well, and etc. On the right side here, you have all of your client's bio. So, you can read their descriptions and their location. And in case you want to actually edit any of their information, you can do that as well by clicking the edit button right here, add in their email address. Right, and then save that. We don't know his email, so we're not going to save that right now. But you can also add in the phone number, job title, company, and more. That's all for Twitter. You can reply to these comments right here if you feel like it's going to tag everybody, and you can send in your replies. And this is a post. Now we're going to look at a private message. So let's open this one right here. So this is a message that we got, and they've asked us whether we have labeled reports or not. So if I want, I can actually assign this to a specific member. If I feel like they are better equipped to answer questions that regard the analytics section, I can tag any of my teammates right here. So let's say I think that Sadia can address this problem. So I've assigned this message to her, and as you can see, the DM went right to the assigned file, and it's right here. And it says right here that it's assigned to Sadia. So whenever she comes in, she'll get the notification that I've assigned her, and she can come and answer these questions. Let's take a look at more of the questions right here. So let's have a look. This is Instagram. As you can see, there's different social media tags pop up here, so you know exactly what social media account you're handling. And also, this is a conversation. So Mohsin has messaged us, and we've answered all of his questions. So that's great. What we're going to do now is we're going to go right up here, and this is the done. So I can mark this post as done, and it'll go to my done filter right here, my done inbox right here. That way I'll know that I've answered this. It's done, good to go, move on to the next one. I can also archive different messages if I want. So archived messages are basically the kind that you feel like are not important, or you might want to refer back to later in the future. They're not like a priority at the moment, or something that you feel like is done and dusted. That's the end of it. So you can add it to the archive. So here I can see that this post is good to go. I will archive it, and I will move to the archived section right here. Let me show it to you. Right. So now we have, let's look at this one. All right, let's look at this one. So Naval asked for a demo. And let's say that, we get a lot of messages, a lot of DMs for demos. And we want to divide those, keep those separately from all the other queries that we're getting. So what we're going to do is we have the add a new tag feature. So what is that? Over here, you can add tags from here. So let's say I will click the add tag button, and I can choose from the already existing tags, assign it, or I can create a new tag. So I want to create a new tag here. I'm going to type in the name, demos, and I'm going to give it a color. Let's say red. And I'm going to create this. So now Naval's chat has been tagged as a demo chat. So when I go down here and I select demos, it's going to open up her chat because that's what I've tagged. I can select any other messages that I want and tag them right here. And you can add multiple tags to different posts as well. So if I want to, add this to another list right here, I can do that as well. Another way that you can create tags is by going to the settings, miscellaneous, and then scrolling all the way down. Don't look at our secret hashtags. All right, right here. So right at the bottom, you can see the tags option here. You can click add new, create a new tag. Let's say queries. And I want to give this a blue tag. I can create it right here. And if I want, I can actually delete. So if I click this, I can edit it or I can delete it. And other than that, we can also merge different tags. So let's say demos and queries are there. I can actually select the merge option, select a different color, and then merge them. And they will become one tag. So everything that comes under both of these tags will show up in the inbox as one tag. Let's go back to the social inbox. Oops, I took us to analyze. But if you guys want, we can do a webinar on that as well. Right, so now that we're back here, I've tagged her. All right, that's good and great. If I want, I can reply to her. So let's give her a smiley face and tell her, but I don't want to give a smiley face. What I'm going to do is that I can actually send a note to another team member. So for example, I want to tag, so I'm going to write @ and then I'm going to tag, say, Manib, and I'm going to tell him that Naval needs a demo, be ready. And I can add this note right here. So this is a note, this is an internal note for your own team members. So the user will not be, the messenger will not be able to see any of this. You've tagged your teammate, they will see it, and they will get back to you when they can. And essentially, let's talk a little bit about bookmarks. So you can actually bookmark your messages as well. So let's say, let's have a look at this message right here. So let's say that I feel like this message is really important. I can actually bookmark it. So right here, when I hover over their message, I'll see a star and I'll click that and it will be bookmarked. So when I click this bookmark in the future, it's going to highlight exactly the message that I bookmarked and I'll know exactly what's being talked about. So this can be whenever, people share their emails with you or their personal information that you want to share. And then you can ultimately edit this and fill in their contacts right here. So that's great. You don't have to keep asking people for their, personal information and stuff. You can share it right here so that your team can quickly have a look at it, get back to them, or, address their needs and fix whatever it is that your customers want you to do. Other than that, let's go and have a look at, let's say this is a Facebook post. So I'm going to go down, scroll down and see we have a comment here. So I can actually interact with it. I can like it. So there we go. I click the like button. I can actually delete the message if I want. I can hide this message if I want as well. And I can also reply back to her. So let's reply. There we go. And along with that, I can also share saved replies. I'm going to talk about that right now. And then also add different kind of attachments like, images and stuff. So there we go. I've replied and I can view the reply right here. So there's that. Now we're going to go and I will show you exactly what, let's go back to him, right? So right here, you can attach a file. So you can attach whatever you want right here. You want to do that. You can also add emojis. And we've got lots of nice emojis. So you can pick whatever you want right here. And lastly, we have the saved replies option. So what is the saved replies option? You click that. Sometimes your customers can ask you a lot of questions that you don't want to keep replying over and over and over again. So you can actually create automated replies for them. And that doesn't mean that you have to create a generic reply. What I mean by that is, like I said before, you need to make it personal with your audience. So right here, you can actually create your own. So we've already got a few created here. Let's create one right now. So let's say reply. This is our reply. Name this reply. So I'm going to name it. Check our demo, or have a demo with us. Let's just call it demos. That's a good one. All right, so we're gonna go here and we're going to write down a message. I can also insert variables. Now you must be wondering what this is. Let's open it. Right here, we've got the customers option and the user option. The user is you, the one who's sitting behind the ContentStudio app, you know, addressing all of their different users. And the customer is the one that has messaged you. So if I want to address the customer, I can select the full name right here. So it's going to tag Afaq, who I'm messaging right now. And then I'm going to tell him and I can select lots of different ones. Like if I want to add any of these different information, I can do that. And I'm going to create this. So right here, it's created the new one for me. And if I edit this, I can edit it, I can delete it. But let's click this and see what happens. So see, it tagged Hassan, it tagged Afaq, and I can just send it. It's a kind of a personalized message because you are essentially addressing them and you've answered all of the questions, and you don't have to keep doing this over and over again. So if another person asked me for, say, a demo, I wouldn't have to reply the same thing over and over again. So this is a good thing for a team. So this is like a lot of things that you can do right here to make teamwork for your customer support really easy for you. And if you feel like, you know, somebody else other than your support team can help out as well, you can add them to CS and get them to reply as well and make it a really comfortable experience for your users. If there's anything else I'm missing, I will let you know. But for now, I think we're done with the social inbox. It's really helpful. If you guys have any questions about it, let us know. We'll get back to you with the answers in the chat. And we'll also be answering questions right here because that's why we've got Manib today. So let me just switch to Manib and he can take over from here.
Hello, I hope you guys can see me. And if you guys have any questions, please send them now. Okay, so we have one by clicks for all. Can we export contact details? No, you cannot export the contact details that you have added, that of the customers that are sending in the messages or the post. Okay, then we have what if you want to use these details for email sending, etc. Actually, you can just reply them back on the messenger through ContentStudio. But if you want to send them an email, you can ask them for their email and then reach out to them that way. So, okay, so any other question? Thank you, Mustafa. Okay, so we aren't getting any more questions. So either Manur explained it really well or, you know. Okay. One thing I would like to clarify though is that, sometimes the Instagram messages are not synced with our platform. And even though the access token and everything else is working perfectly fine. So what the issue is that from the Instagram mobile application, you need to enable the message syncing service with third-party applications. So I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Can you see my cell phone? Okay. So what you need to do is open settings, then tap on settings. Okay. And then you would have to tap on privacy. Okay. I hope you guys can see that, because, usually we get a lot of emails and support tickets related to this. So I just want to clarify this right now. Okay. Then after that, you would have to, scroll down to messages. And then at the very end, I hope you guys can see this. You can see Manur as well, I think. So you would have to enable this, allow access to messages for connected tools. So just, turn on the toggle bar, and then it would sync perfectly with ContentStudio. So those of you who are having trouble with Instagram syncing messages, I hope this solves your issue. Okay, so we have something. Okay. Okay, Wasik says, when can we expect LinkedIn inbox? So LinkedIn inbox right now is built and is in our UAT stage right now. And we plan on releasing this by Thursday. So Wasik, you can expect LinkedIn inbox by then. Of course, LinkedIn inbox will include the posts only and not the messages for LinkedIn. Okay, possible to have stages pipeline view where we can have contacts assigned and view them based on these tags or stages. That's actually a really impressive use case that you've shared with us. Can you please send this query to us on our support channel so that we can actually work on this, because this seems like a really cool feature to include in our inbox. Okay, so I just heard from one of my team members over here that LinkedIn inbox is coming up in actually the release after the Thursday one. So this Thursday, you will have GMB inbox. You will be able to, reply back to the reviews, and LinkedIn inbox will come in after that one. Okay, hold on. Click for all. Let me share our support email. Okay, do you have collision detection? Yes, we do. Okay, right now I don't have the screen share enabled, else I would have been able to show you how we actually go about this. Wasik, we can reach out to you on email and let's discuss this then. Okay. Any other question? Also, any update on competitor Instagram and analytics? Yes, that is under works right now. It's actually in the development phase. So by the end of next month, end of October, maybe, this feature will be released. Thank you, Wasik. Okay. Okay, I think Manu, should we conclude this session? Okay. If you guys have any questions, you can always reach out to us on our support channel. Okay, Mustafa has something. What's one standout feature of ContentStudio app that makes it apart from other tools? Obviously, our composer, we have all of the features integrated over there, and you can use that to, schedule content for any type of social media platform. And in case you run into any trouble while composing the post, like the platform, like for example, Instagram has really strict API restrictions. So normally, if you were composing a post through other social platforms, you would not be aware of those errors, but we stop you right there whenever you run into any trouble while composing that post. So, okay. I hope that helps, Mustafa. We can give you a complete demo of the application as well, so that you are better able to understand everything. Okay, Arslan, F9. Okay.
All right, I think that we have had enough of the questions. Arsalan really thinks things are going fine. Okay, so with regards to the marked as done, I just wanted to show you guys one thing. Let me just know if you guys can see the inbox. So when somebody marks a post as done, you can see that it's been done right here and the exact time at which it was done. So, so that nobody actually messes up the different tabs. You know exactly who assigned what, who was assigned to what, and what they did. So there is that. And if you want to collapse this sidebar right here, you can click the minimize sidebar button right here, and it's going to go back down. So you have a bigger screen space to do whatever it is that you want to do. So there's that. All right, I think that we've had enough questions for today. All right, yes, so Vasik has asked a really good question, and that is, if we reply from the channel, does it sync in ContentStudio? The answer to that is no. You have to reply from ContentStudio, and that is when your answers will be synced. You'll receive the user's messages, but you have to reply from CS to have those messages show sync to you here. So just be careful of that. But that was a good question. Thank you, Vasik. And yes, they are all synced in real time. Any other questions? No, I think that we're done for today. Let us know if there's anything specific you guys want us to have a webinar on next, because we would love to talk about that with you. I hope that this webinar helped you guys understand social media inbox a little bit better. And if you have any more questions, you can always reach out to us at support@contentstudio.io. It was nice having you guys here, and I hope this one helped. See you in the next webinar. This is Manur and Manib signing out.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.